Hey guys. So I wanted to pick up from yesterday because I got sorry. I got interrupted with a phone call when I was doing the videos I was doing yesterday for self-care. So I wanted to take a minute to keep going with that. Sometimes we have to live in the flow, and self-care sits on the back burner, and a lot of us do that, and yesterday was kind of an example. But see, again, like I don't feel as I did yesterday. I'm getting ready to put my makeup on, and the point I want to make right now is just that, when you're putting on your makeup, it's a lot like when I do the face painting or the body painting classes. You're creating a character, you're preparing to present yourself to the world. We're perfect the way we are. Like, a lot of people tell me I'm a natural beauty. It takes me some time to believe that. But that's about self-love right there. So for me, when I'm putting on my makeup, I am taking the time to love myself as I'm putting on each piece and putting the, it's kind of like decorating my face, like my artwork for the day. So I like having fun with it. So I'm not going to film the whole entire doing my makeup, but I'm going to come back and talk a little bit more about a couple other things after I do my makeup. Hi, so see, makeup done. And while I was doing that, my daughter came in and brought me her toothbrush and said, I want to brush my teeth. So when we do self-care, we set a good example. Nice point, huh? Another thing I wanted to share as far as self-care, this is my favorite part, is Reiki haircuts. So, like, you could get a professional haircut from someone that knows Reiki, and that would be really nice too. I probably could refer you to a few people. But what I like to do is just kind of like run my fingers through my hair, especially before I'm getting ready to go do something new. Like I'm starting a new chapter, or I'm feeling a little like, I need to get all this stuff off of me, and I'll just like run and see, okay, I feel some dead ends right here, right? And I'll just like go like that, and then cut it, help it feel fresher. And I just keep going through and doing that over and over again. And I do this pretty regularly because I don't really get haircuts. My friend Heather's the only one who's cut my hair in 4 years. Your hair is like an extension of your nervous system. There are Indians that were, I think it was the Vietnam War, and they were like scouts. And because they were in the military, they cut their hair, military style. And then they were like, well, how come we can't find anybody? And the Indians are like, because you cut our hair off. When your hair is like, oh, it's like picking up things, it's picking up, I don't know, energy. I'm not a scientist. You go do your homework. I'm just telling you that it makes a difference. Like you can really genuinely get more, especially when you're doing your energy work. If you're like me and you do Reiki or shamanism or whatever you're into, theta healing. I tend to wear my hair in a bun because it gets all over the place. It's like how I leave my mark. You don't want it everywhere. But when I'm doing energy work, I take it down, because it does definitely help me pick up more from someone. Like one time I was giving rites at Solterra, shaman rites, and I could pick up just a feeling that there was some sort of fear factor going on in the womb area for someone I was working on, and I shared what I was feeling, and they shared why they have that feeling, and we work through it. And I don't know, maybe I would have still picked it up if I didn't have my hair down, but I guess that's because it's my personal belief that there's a connection. That's why that's there. So I just did this recently, so I don't really feel like I have a whole lot I need to do. But a lot of times for me, it's like part of styling my hair. And right now, I really, really need Heather to thin it out for me because look at how, that is a lot of hair. Oh my God, hairstylists normally do not like me. They see me coming and they're like, we're going to have to charge at least twice as much as normal. And I just washed it because it was even bigger. I had used a product that made it go crazy. And I'm getting ready for an interview, kind of, for waiting tables at some place. And so then, real quick, another thing I will do, not to sound all, I don't know how anyone might perceive this, and I don't really care. But sometimes what I'll do is I will take this hair and, you know, either like throw it in the garden bed or throw it in the burn pile. I definitely like burning things. That's like a little bit of a pyro. Should have seen when I was leaving my house and I moved out, how many things I burned, like old stuff that I knew I would never get any money for. And so what was the point of even trying to make a bunch of money off of stuff that meant a lot to me, but I was ready to let go of it. And so I made it more like a release, like a dollhouse, stuff like that. So anyway, I don't know. I think I look cute enough to hire. I think I kind of got it going on. I don't know. We'll see. So, self-love. And then now I'm going to, a little bit later, I'm not sure because my days are always crazy. I'm always in the flow. But at some point I'm going to share a little bit more about self-care going beyond self, right? And going into your atmosphere. Because if you've got a cluttery mess in your space, you know, things that need to be put away, laundry, maybe your bathroom needs cleaning, whatever, all those things, they are a perfect representation of what's going on in your mind. Because your third eye is like a projector of your reality. And if you're feeling a certain way, you'll start noticing that your atmosphere is starting to reflect that feeling. And when you work out cleaning up the mess, you're going to clear out what's in your mind as well. And that's what I want to share more, because I will tell people that and they act like they know what I'm saying, but maybe if I actually share it and talk while I'm doing a little bit of this cleaning work, we can make that point. And that's actually a service I offer too, because sometimes facing the emotional baggage along with the mess isn't always easy. So if anyone wants to book something like that with me, I would love to. It would be fun. So I used to actually have a business of my own that was called We Clean Your Space. And we would come in and work things out and help you build something new. And then also deal with the internal piece of it. Because another great part of self-love and self-care is making love, making food with love. Love. Bring love into the home. Eat with love. Spread the love. Hello again. I just wanted to finish up this video, the second part to self-care. In that little blurb where there was a bunch of people in the background, I was saying that another great way to do self-care is to put love in everything you do, including your food and everything. I did a video with my friend William John Vishnu, and I was bummed because it got cut off, and he was talking about how he can give his recipe to someone and they'll be like, why didn't it come out the same? Why didn't it taste as good? And because he really does put a lot of love in everything that he makes and creates. So I know I'm not going to articulate as well as he did, but that was one thing we were pointing out, is to literally put the love and the care and the time, just taking a little more mindful time. You know, when you're deciding what to put in it, like when I made my turkey yesterday, I didn't really plan it out very well. I was like, well, you kind of put something in here to moisten it, right? So I was like, what can I find? And I had a can of chicken noodle soup, and I just threw the can of chicken noodle soup in the center of the turkey. It came out really great, and I was putting all my seasonings on it and just going with the flow instead of planning so much, just being mindfully present in how I'm creating the food that I'm sharing with my family. So I think we should all be doing that. And I can say that when I went to the sweat lodge, I know I brought that up a couple times, afterwards I was incredibly emotional, and I was staying at Seven Stones, and Vishnu was cooking breakfast for everybody, and I was almost in tears just watching him, the way he was moving and the things he was doing, how he's putting it all together. And it's just so beautiful to watch when somebody really puts that much love and care into something, and then it, you know, set a good example and reminded me of how important it is to do that, because I've been saying these things for years, but you forget sometimes. So that's it. I'm just wrapping this up. I'm sure I could go on and have like part 5, part 8, you know, we just keep going with this, and maybe I will. Maybe I'll keep sharing more examples of ways to have self-love. But the biggest point I want to make today and right now is just don't doubt yourself. I know I look like a little goofy. No wonder it's hard for me to find a real job. But I radiate positive vibes. And we just do what makes us happy, you know. It doesn't matter if somebody thinks that what you're doing is silly, or that it doesn't make sense, or that it's not logical. If it's working and your kids are taken care of and you're happy and fed and healthy, then nothing else really matters. So be love. Put love in all that you do. Namaste.